the senior administrative staff on the East Welland Accommodation Review. I have a recommended motion that the report of the senior administrative staff on the East Welland Accommodation Review be received. Moved by Trustee Lemelin, seconded by Trustee Dane, and I'll call on Superintendent Hyde, please.
Yes, I would ask that you turn to your package, report of the Board of Administration on the East Welland Accommodation Review. If you look at page 1, it reiterates the policy, which is F2, where the Board of Administration must provide the Accommodation Review Committee with alternate accommodation options. Turning to page 2, on January 20th, the Board of Administration presented to the Art Committee the option that would transfer the western section of Princess Elizabeth Public School boundary, which is approximately 50 students, to the Plymouth Public School. Part of that recommendation would have been to close Crowland Central Public School for instructional purposes on August 31st, 2011, and direct all of the Crowland Central Public School students to Princess Elizabeth. Close Empire Public School for instructional purposes on August 31st, 2011, and direct Empire Public School students living east of the railway, which is approximately 77 students, to Princess Elizabeth Public School, and direct Empire Public School students living west of the railway, which is 40 students, to Plymouth Public School. Closed Matthew Public School for instructional purposes on August 31st, 2011, and direct Matthews Public School students living east of the railway, which is 123 students, to Princess Elizabeth, and direct Matthews Public School students living west of the railway, which is 35 students, to Plymouth Public School. This would entail the building, to build a 10-class addition to Princess Elizabeth Public School and a new gymnasium. It would also include moving the extended French program to allow for more space at Princess Elizabeth Public School. After hearing the input from the committee, both the Art Committee and the community, which took place on January 20th, and the common ground that they came forth with on that particular day, which has been spoken to through the previous report and is located on the bottom of page 2, the administration team then presented an option on February 11th. The option on February 11th, it was to close Empire Public School for instructional purposes as of August 31st, 2011, and direct all Empire Public School students to Plymouth Public School for September 2011. Build a new 350 pupil space school on the Matthews Public School site. Close Matthews Public School for instructional purposes as of August 31st, 2012, and direct all Matthews Public School students to the new school on the Matthews Public School site in September 2012. Change the boundary of the new school to include the southwest corner of East Welland. Close Crowland Central Public School for instructional purposes as of August 31st, 2012, and direct all of the Crowland Central Public School students to the new school at Matthews Public School site. This would entail keeping the extended French program at Princess Elizabeth Public School. It's important that you realize that this option satisfied the common ground by closing 2 schools instead of 3, by creating 3 schools under 350 students, and by moving all students affected by closures to one site, and by keeping the extended French program at Princess Elizabeth Public School in East Welland. It also provided a new school to replace an aging facility. If you turn to page 4, you will see the rationale for closing Empire Public School and merging it with Plymouth Public School. And of course, the 4 areas that we looked at were value of the school to student, to the school board, to the community, and to the local economy. On page 5, you'll see the rationale for closing Crowland Central Public School and building a new school for Crowland Central Public School students and Matthews Public School students on the Matthews Public site. And once again, we looked at those same criteria. turn to page 6, you'll see our summary. And the recommendation would be that we go with the option that was offered in February, which is close the Empire Public School for instructional purposes on August 31st, 2011, and direct the students from Empire Public School to Plymouth School for September 2011. Close Matthews Public School for instructional purpose on August 31st, 2012, and build a new 350 pupil school on Matthews Public School site for September 2012. Add the southwest corner of East Welland to the boundary of the new school on the Matthews Public School site, and close the Crowland Central Public School for instructional purposes on August 31st, 2012, and direct all the students from Crowland Central Public School to the new school at the Matthews Public School site. We'd also like you to note that within this recommendation, at this time, the extended French program should remain at Princess Elizabeth Public School. The recommended motion is that the report of the East Welland, that the senior administration staff on the East Welland accommodation review be received.
Thank you. Are there any questions on this report? Trustee Love?
Regarding perhaps your last comment on page 6 dealing with the French immersion program, are you looking at a time frame at this time, sort of leaves it hanging? Are you looking at 2 or 3 years that the program would still be at the same school?
I think it's important to keep our options open as we review our programs, especially in the area of extended French. We need to be flexible in where we could place this over a long-term perspective. And so what we're saying is, should this, you support these recommendations, initially that's where the program would be, but we would need to keep our options open over time based on population and the needs of that particular area of programming.
Yes, Trustee.
Just a follow-up to that, I'm looking at this mid-immersion program, which we have there, 5, 6, 7, 8, and with the possibility of going to early